Alright guys, welcome back to DG Model Works, and I have added another locomotive project to my list. And as you see here, you're probably surprised. It's not a black and white horse head. I really liked this when Walthers released it. This is a Walthers Mainline Gevo, the pink ribbon and breast cancer version, and I thought it was pretty cool, so I picked one up, and also I've been meaning to want to grab one of these and actually detail it up. You're gonna have to excuse me, and I apologize ahead of time. I wanted to start this video out with a kind of like my opinion of this locomotive before I start tearing into it. And unfortunately, last night I decided to look at it and kind of get a game plan, and I already started working on it before I grabbed the camera. It just kind of happened, and for that I apologize. What I did so far was remove the front ditch lights because I am installing surface mount LEDs in them. So you will notice the ditch lights are not on there right now, the housings. I will say, as soon as I removed it from the box, Walthers Mainline, I was immediately impressed. I think maybe because it being budget, I was kind of thinking it was going to be a little bit more toyish, but right out of the box, I was pretty impressed with the looks of this thing. All the molded on parts of it are really, really nice. Hand railings are nice, not overly, thick or look out of place. There are a ton of reviews on these, so I really wasn't gonna review this per se, but this will be a multi-video series of my detail progress on this. Figured I would document it, show you some stuff that I'm doing, and maybe give you some ideas, or or anybody that wants to detail these up may help them out too. But I will say, right out of the box, I really like it for what it is. Budget locomotive. You're going to have a lot of molded on parts. That's to be expected. Alright, I'll just take you in a little bit closer. Overall, I really like the looks of this thing. Other than lacking some of the detail parts or detail quality, it ranks right up there, I'd say, with the rest of them. A lot of molded on lift rings and stuff. I will say they do have the starter points for the grab irons. Now, some of the paint seems to have collected around the starting holes, starting points. It kind of looks a little bit, I don't know, not the greatest, let's put it that way. Kind of collected really thick around the grab iron starting points. But you're missing all the detail on the rear pilot, front pilot, but we're going to be adding all that, or I will be. We got the it does have a cab interior, and as you see, I did remove the ditch lights. I do apologize. I kind of just went with the flow, and I had to stop myself once I realized, I should be videotaping this. Metal knuckle couplers, but I'm excited to detail this up. I will give you a glimpse at some of the things I'm going to do. This is just a DC version. I do have an ESU limited decoder out of one of these sound decoder. It's not a Loc sound, it's ESU. I guess it is Loc sound ESU, but it's their limited version. I'm not sure if I'm just going to slap that in this, or if I'm going to go all out and put a V5 in it, or I do have some V4s I might throw in it, along with a Nix Trains decoder buddy. I have yet to try one of them, and I want to do that. So maybe I'll do that with this locomotive here. I'm impressed with the drive line in this. As you know, it does have the helical gears, which is if you watch Greg from Fishplate Films, he really discusses that a lot. But it's a nice smooth runner on DC. straight DC right now. You can get it moved pretty slow, nice, smooth, quiet. So should be a good project. All right, let's take a closer look at the ditch lights here, and I'll explain to you what's going on. Of course, you can see where I have the housings removed, and there are the LEDs for the ditch lights, and the lighting is fed to the ditch lights themselves via light piping or like a fiber optic, and it has a 90-degree bend in it, and then goes up. And well, let me just show you. Here are the ditch light housings. The one on the right, I have the lens removed, as you can see, stuck on the tape right there. That goes straight into the ditch light housing, like that one. And there is the 90-degree light piping, and it comes through the inside of the locomotive, takes a 90-degree turn, and goes straight up into the ditch light housing that's mounted here. And then the lens piece goes back and kind of touches it in a not so great way, and I think that's why they're dim. If that light piping was a straight shot without the 90-degree bend, and the end of it would be facing straight out on the housing of the ditch light, then it would be alright, because if you know how like fiber optic works, the light goes in one end of the tube or the end of it and comes out the other end. It's not going to come out the side of it, and that's where you're running into these issues with the way the ditch lights are made on this. And you know, it's just not picking up the light coming off the side of it, and that's just the way it is. There's like a 90-degree bend to go up, and then it needs to take another 90-degree, which it doesn't. Just the lens is kind of, excuse my language, half-assed touching this on the side or whatnot, and it's just not working. So that's why we'll be replacing these and putting little surface mount LEDs right in the housing. Also, to get these housings off, you just take your fingers and wiggle them and twist it a little bit very carefully, because they are glued on, so you're basically kind of breaking them off, but then you just re-glue them back on. So be careful and just work at it a little bit, and they will come loose. As we take a look inside the shell, you'll see the little holes there where the light piping was fed into the inside of the shell. After you take the ditch light housing off, you can use some tweezers, and you work your way pulling that little light piping up out of, I pulled it up out of there. So, and that's where we are currently. Give you a glimpse of what is in store for this project. I do have the Walthers detail kit with all the grab irons and coupler, cut lever, things like that. I do have wiper blades I will be putting on. I did buy the decal sheet from Microscale because while this is decorated for the 7400 pink ribbon version, there are a number of decals that are not on this model, so I figured I will add them. And bonus, they come with decals for the 5000th Gevo model, so I may pick up another one of these and actually convert it to that, since I have the decals to do that. I also have a number of Details West parts up here that I will be adding, MU hoses and things like that. I will be adding a PTC antenna array too on this. I have them in a pack somewhere that I have to paint and everything, so that will be something I'll do also. And I may lightly weather this too. along with the DCC install, sound install. But that's it for now. We'll continue now with the ditch light project part of this, since that seems to be where I started. So, alright guys, and like I said, this will be a multi-video series. So, if you are interested in following this project, please check them out.